Miriam Spritzer with Still the Look. It's lovely to see you both. What a powerful film. One thing that I was noticing as I was talking to different people in the industry is that no one can help, um, like even getting emotional on how strong the film is, even when we're talking about it. Did you guys expect that the impact would be this strong as you were putting together the film?
What I didn't know is that I felt that way. And I would come to work and I would take one look at Jesse, I'll start crying. I would take a look at our PA, I start crying. We're holding each other all the time. So it was like that on and off camera when we were shooting. So part of me really wished that get transmuted through the screen to the world. And I'm just very happy that it did.
What about for you, Jesse, when you saw the script and you started to do the scenes, did you ever imagine that it would have that impact? Because even just thinking about it, I get choked up.
I mean, I think from, my first ever reading of the book, I definitely felt it was very visceral. And Maggie had really connected something very deep in the book, that our job was then to take that and bring it into our river and just keep it flowing through. But sometimes it's you as an actor, you can have an experience on a set and then it just isn't that when it comes out and you think, oh no, God, oh, what happened? That wasn't, and but I knew, this woman is deeply, she's deeply masterful and incredibly human, and is only interested in actually being human. And that's how she leads. And she's as raw and courageous with that as she asks us to be. So I didn't know how it would land, where, you never know fully. But I kind of had a feeling that it would, with this woman, that she would really distill it down to be something powerful.
What was the most, because it is a very honest film, it's a very human film. I don't know how to describe it. What was the director's note that surprised you the most coming from Chloe?
You have free reign. You may speak freely.
I think the thing that, well, there's two things that surprised me. One of the early thing that surprised me the most, which I haven't ever really had as immediately with a director before, was her meeting me as a person and dissolving the hierarchy. And that happened in a very personal way, very early on before we even started filming. And it meant that we both could kind of let go and not, we were asking each other to be in conversation of the heart with each other, not of power, which is a very unique experience as a director and an actor, for me anyway. I don't know if you felt different, but I think the thing that surprised me and what I didn't expect her to see and want for her to bring through in me was asking, she kept asking me to surrender, and tenderize. And if you're a strong woman or perceived as a strong woman, sometimes that can be an idea, but it can be kind of defensive idea that you begin to wear yourself. And I think she understands that and actually wants, tenderness is incredibly strong.
Absolutely.
And fierce, and to allow that femininity and tenderness to have its place beside that strength. That's a thing that I didn't know I needed, and I didn't know I was going to be given the gift of experiencing it.
Good answer, I approve.
Great answer. No, and honestly, what a gift you both gave us as an audience. It was truly, congratulations on such a marvelous film. So good to see you again. Last time I saw you in Cannes, and we're talking about music, and now we're going to talk about Shakespearean plays. So I'm very excited.
Great.
So I love what the film does, that as the film progresses, we start noticing who your character is with the costumes and a little bit more of your acting as well. How challenging was building that up without giving away who he is? Because I think a lot of people are just going to see this without really making that obvious association at first.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just kind of the magic trick of the film. Like I was obviously always acutely aware that I was playing William Shakespeare, but I think this script was just very like attentive to the fact that it wasn't like a Hollywood version of like Shakespeare's story. It was like, to me, it's like marriage story set in Shakespearean times, and it happens to be Shakespeare's family, and the story centers on Anya's Shakespeare's wife. And I think because of that kind of central conceit, that it's not like showing you Shakespeare's life, that it allows these characters to kind of breathe and take up more space and become more rounded than if we were doing a different sort of film, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. But as someone that obviously studies Shakespeare, in acting and growing up and whatnot, how do you separate that weight of playing that character and just playing Will, that guy Will who is married and has the kids?
Well, that's your like professional responsibility. That's like you it's kind of tied to the first answer. It's like the film isn't interested in that second version. It's interested in Will the man, Will the husband, Will the father, Will the son, Will the lover, Will. It's not interested in William Shakespeare in brackets. Do you know what I mean? If anything, it's interested in Anya's Shakespeare. It's interested in all of those things. And like it becomes about William Shakespeare in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When it's about, oh, we're seeing a William Shakespeare play. But before that, he's Will. It's I think it's a really clever piece of writing by Maggie to kind of unlock this amazing family.
No, absolutely. And it is her point of view on her husband. And then we as the audience find out that Hamlet was his way of mourning in a way.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
because we are talking about William Shakespeare and you are playing William Shakespeare, I was wondering, what are your Shakespearean dream role?
I think for sure Macbeth. I think I'm too old to play Romeo now. I always wanted to play Romeo when I was growing up. I loved Mark Antony and Julius Caesar. He's got that amazing speech, which I adore. And I mean, probably Hamlet's the best part ever written. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you think you're going to get to do a take on, well, Romeo may be like a older version of it. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, any actor would be lucky to play any one of those parts. But I think Romeo probably not now, unless it was like a different setup. But yeah, I'd be lucky to do any of those.
Absolutely. Well, I cannot wait to see what you do next. Again, congratulations on such a beautiful film. It was the film was amazing and your performance was just incredible. So congrats.
Thank you.